You're right. They did have a weird government structure for the time. I mean, yeah, it is really weird. Like, especially when you think about the context of like the surrounding like European Middle Ages. Like it. What the fuck? I forgot I was like, wait the fuck up here. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Like when you think of the context, like the surrounding European Middle Ages, it really is weird though. Oh my god. This will be the fastest way. I mean, medieval governments in general were just weird. Ooh, there's lots of sheep today. All right, so we'll be going to 865,000 today, and then let's see. Tomorrow will be 865 to 875, and then 875 to 885. So on Tuesday, I will cross 900,000. That's pretty damn cool. That means it's only like another 10 days after that until we hit 1 million. And then I have to swap the GUI class again. Surprised that Poland and Lithuania was basically the first major country to the population. Poland and Lithuania was also a really unique government for the time as well. It was also able to like easily expand and become like as ballooned as it was due to the kind of the collapse of central authority of the Kievan Rus. I think at one point they did hold like vassalage over like Moscow. No, I'm not talking about like 1618. I'm talking like before that. Was it 1618? I don't remember when the Poles invaded Russia. You mean the King of Poland was... The King of Poland tried to crown himself as the Tsar of Russia. Now, the Tsars of Russia did, were the kings of Poland throughout, like, the 19th century. The Russian people made an ultimatum. Oh, right, yeah, he was... I wonder if he had gone, like... If he had gone Orthodox, like, what would have happened? Because, like, surely that would have caused problems with, like, the papacy. Or, like, even, like, with the subjects. That would have been a really interesting state. The Poland, Lithuania, Russia personal union. That would have been a massive state just covering Eastern Europe. In the last game that I played as Brandenburg, I kept Poland as an ally all the way up until after I had actually formed Germany. And Poland stayed my ally until I no longer needed them, and then I invaded Poland. Quite based, if you ask me. Yeah, for Poland? Yeah, they served their purpose. I used them to get Silesia and East Prussia, and that was mainly what I used them for. And then I just kept them around because, well, they didn't unally me because I went not Orthodox. When I went Protestant. Novgorod was a vassal of Poland for like 50 years? Didn't know that. I knew you also had other things like the Cossack Hetmanate in Ukraine that was under like Polish-Lithuanian sovereignty. Ooh, this spider's trying to fuck me up. Get away from me, bro. Jesus. There was a Polish king who actually invaded the Kievan Rus back in like the early 1000s. I don't really remember. I think it was Boleslav the First. Like he invaded a large section of the Kievan Rus. Hey Gabby, what's up? Hey Gabby, you should rewatch Avatar. Oh, hey Gabby, I have a really important question for you. Like this is a serious question. Gabby, 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 Gabby. All right. Now my question for you is: did you find that village yet? That is the weirdest fucking sentence I've ever seen from you. Holy shit. Well, you know what? That kind of takes the cake. But yeah, did you ever find the village, Gabby? You have to go stream? Alright, good luck, man. I know, that's why Arcrid and I found it really funny. He sent me the screenshot, and I'm just like, Gabby playing beta 1.3. I'm like, okay, so I'm like reading the message or the conversation between you two. And he says, man, it's taking forever to find a village. I'm like, Gabby, no. I mean, honestly though, like, I can understand, because like you don't have like an encyclopedic knowledge of like old Minecraft's development history, like me and Arcrid do. Because I don't think you've been playing as long as us. What version did you start in? Was it like 1.16? Yeah, no, I've been playing it since 2011, so like I have a lot more of like an encyclopedic knowledge of a lot of the game's history. Not all of it, but most of it. Like, I wouldn't really expect you to know when biomes were added to the game. Betas, okay, so you can agree with me here that it's a completely different game compared to playing like any of the release packs. Dude, oh my fucking god! Ow! Oh, dude, this skeleton is fucking me up. The door sound is 10. Yes, the old door sound slaps. Hey, what's up, Victor? Welcome back. I'm being chased by bone people. See, I'm the opposite, Gabby. Like, I prefer the old beta. So, like, I don't know. I don't like modern Minecraft as much. Let me just sink to the bottom here. Alright, we need to do an emergency transplant of armor. Bro, there's a fucking boom guy here. Let me just get this guy to explode. Come on. Could you fucking explode? Might as well just fucking kill you. Beta is dope though. It you kind of gotta relearn a lot of things. Like hang on, I just want to make sure I don't die. I personally had to relearn how to build in the game because it's beta removes, or playing old Minecraft in general removes the ability for people to like crutch themselves utilizing the modern selection of blocks. So like you just have to be good at building, like, period. Otherwise your things are gonna look like shit because you can't hide it with other blocks. Am I going the right way? Yeah, I'm going the right way. Like, Arcrid re-taught me how to build. I'm sure he's told you about the wool technique, right? Building your structures out of wool first. Motherfucker. Go away. Yeah, building like things out of wool first, and then like making sure the shape's good in wool. Because if it looks good as a wool structure, then you know it's good. You have to switch to making the shape the most important thing. Also, I need to screenshot your statement about the bong, because that's genuinely fucking funny. I'll give you another W, but I won't like it. Yeah, I'm walking about 10,000 blocks per day. That's like the bare minimum is 10,000. I haven't encountered it, but like if in the event of like, because it's gonna happen at some point, but if there's like a day where I just can't stream because work related, then you know we'll just kind of put on the back burner and then make up the 10,000 later on. Because that is gonna happen from time to time. Nothing really I can do about that. I feel like 10,000 is a pretty good pace too. Because like it allows me to still chip away at the goal while not you know, spending my entire life walking there like I used to. I feel like it's a good middle ground. At least in my humble opinion. I'm excited for the jitter to get worse here in another like 200,000 blocks. A little bit less than that, but you get the idea. I need to figure out there's like a stuttering zone pattern that I can figure out. I don't really know a way to test that. I predict it might be like straight line axis related. I don't know, I always seem to find them in like succession after each other. I don't really know how to check for it though, unless I use like an external tool. Yo, look at that view. Mmm, delicious. I'm chilling until night? What do you mean by that? Oh, you're talking about like the walking. Yeah, it's pretty much just... It's not too difficult until it gets nighttime. Then I have to kind of like pay more attention to the surroundings, lest I like get bombed by a creeper or something. That's the only annoying thing. On the other hand, I don't have to like stop and make beds constantly, so that's actually kind of nice. It's just pure walking. Ooh. I don't know, there's something pretty relaxing about this form of walking, at least until night. The oof, oof! It's the classic sound. At least whenever I do the, let's see, whenever I do the stone wall, it'll be a lot more relaxing because no mobs spawn whatsoever. Yeah, just about. It's pretty far, though. Considering this is alpha. See ya. Ugh. Man, I definitely do not enjoy when mobs spawn. It's just not fun. Yeah, about 11 million to go. This is, most people quit long before a million blocks because, well, they don't really realize how far away the far lands actually are. Jeez. Like, I think that getting there is both very easy and very difficult. It's very easy in the fact that it's really not that far of a distance, actually. Like, I don't know. It's all a mental barrier, really. But it's difficult in the fact that most people have most people can't overcome that barrier. At least in my experience. Oops. It's a cool looking mountain. But I mean, this approach is not that bad, honestly, because you just slowly chip it away. And it's only about like an hour-ish. It's like eventually you will reach your destination. So, what do you mean by lag? Because there's some things that people think are lag that aren't lag. Like that lag back? I'm gonna assume you're talking about infinite falling sand, which is the cause of most frame rate issues at the Farlands. Infinite falling sand starts at 8,388,608. But I had to patch that in order for me to actually be able to reach the Farlands. Because in certain versions, from I think beta 1.2 to beta 1.7, you can stop the falling sand by reloading the world repeatedly. That will force the falling sand to stop. But I was not able to replicate that method in alpha. So my solution was just to fix the problem of infinite falling sand in the first place. So I had to make that modification to fix it. So that's not a problem. If you're talking about the world jitter, that's already starting. You might be able to it's more noticeable whenever I'm diagonally moving around here. It's actually a really easy fix, and I could easily do it if I want to, but like, I don't know, I kind of think it's part of the experience to make it a slideshow. Plus, it gives me another milestone to tack onto my my HUD at the top here. See here, you can see it pretty clearly now. It is very, very noticeable. Well, not very noticeable, but it is slightly noticeable. I know it's easy to see whenever I stop moving, whenever I'm walking along the point of travel. It will get worse again at 1,048,576, at which point it will double. And then from there, there's only 3 other points where it will get worse again. That being at 2,097,152, and then at 4,194,304, and then the last one before reaching the Firelands is 8,388,608, which is the last time the jitter increases before reaching the Firelands. It's purely a visual bug, so the world itself is fine. It's that it's not translating smoothly around you anymore. Appears I am stuck in the stutter zone. Hang on a second. I'm at negative 16. I got a theory here, but I do want to test it. And I think now is actually the perfect time to test this. Alright, so, alright, this is actually good. I want to do this experimentation now while I can. I just don't know where the boundary is for the stutter zone. Let me go around it. Okay, so this is roughly at 861... 861, 160. So the stutter zone that I know exists was at negative 16, negative 496. This is the one for the test world that I was given. So I'm thinking they might be in a grid. So I'm going to get myself onto negative 16 and try and stay as, like, aligned with this axis as I can. That actually might help point me in, like, the right direction here. Alright, so hopefully, well, okay, I mean, normally I don't want to, but hopefully I actually encounter another stutter zone. Okay. That means I'm going to purposely swim through the water here. I got about another 4,000-ish blocks, so I should hit another stutter zone between that. The distance was about 1170, so I might be able to figure out if there's like a set distance between them. Okay, wait. Where is it? Oh. Okay. Interesting. I encountered that last one at 1170, roughly. I don't have a good... I think this might be... This is what, 1700? Alright, it's probably a little bit underneath that. I think it's every 512 blocks. Alright, well, hang on. Let's... I estimate that at 530, but I don't really have the exact start of the stutter zone. For some reason, it's not affecting me right now. It's only affecting this pig, which is really weird, because normally it affects all entities within it. If I stand where this stutter pig is... Okay, yeah, now it's affecting me. It's affecting me really bad. Oh, poor pig. Interesting. Alright, kind of need to be able to walk. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Okay. I believe I'm free from that. Okay. So it was at about 1700. I think it was at 1696. Alright, so judging by this, I should run into another stutter zone at 2208. Assuming my theory about 512 being the interval. I'm gonna have to do some more testing offline, actually, when I get done with this. I think I might have found a pattern here. Yeah, 496 is really close to 512. It's within a few... It's within, Wait, that's exactly 16 blocks away. I gotta make sure there's no skeletons nearby whenever I enter the stutter zone. Or at least where I think it's going to be. I wonder, is the world origin like this too? Because if the world origin's like this, that might explain things. Well, if I know where they are, then I know how to avoid them. What did I say? 2208, so it should be just before 2200. So I got a little bit to go. About 150 blocks. There absolutely should be another one. Whew! That was actually a save. I'm surprised that one worked. How many chunks is 512? For fuck's sake. I need to tell Zen about this as soon as I can. Alright, we should be getting close. Yeah, I wonder if the world origin gets affected by this. The stutter zone should be right down here in that valley. I kind of wish that I actually had a way to check this with, like, mobs or whatever. That would explain why sometimes I've stopped on them, because that's fairly close together. Alright. We don't do that, Vibe. Pick a different word. Sorry. That's, I mean, you can pick a different word, and then I'll start the timer. Oh, thanks for the sub, Cash, and now I gotta walk another 5,000 blocks. Alright, cool, so I'll be going to 870 now. 4 months, thanks, man. I appreciate you. Subsidiary. Dang, according to my calculations, I should have ran into the zone by now. Oh, there it is! Okay, wait, where does this start? I definitely felt it. No, I must... Oh, no, I'm definitely in the zone there. Okay, you pick that word, walk. Alright, let me start the timer, and then I will honor my commitments. For some reason, I had a stopwatch going. Oh, there's the tinnitus. Alright. For the transition? What transition? Well, actually, you stopped me just before I reached the end, but I've made some discoveries actually. So I've been trying to fix the stutter zone for a little bit now, right? So you notice I'm in one right now. And during today's stroll, if you will, right? I had known the position of one of the stutter zones from the test world that I was given. The stutter zone was located at -16, -496, and so I was under the impression that first that it was seed-based, right? And so I was operating under that assumption. I was doing various tests in different versions that I know it affects. During the test, though, I decided, hey, why don't I, like, check to see if that is a stutter zone or not in other versions, or other world seeds, rather. So what I did was I would load up new worlds, and then I would stroll over to those coordinates. Obviously, I, modified the HUD so I could actually see coords. I'd pretty much just use the same class, or the same methodology that I'm using here. So anyways, I would go over to where the zone was, and then I found that, hey, it's actually not seed-based, it's universal. So the stutter zone was in every single version in those exact same coordinates, no matter, the world seed or not. And so I'm like, okay, cool, that's interesting discovery, that's important to note. And then I had my suspicions that, hey, maybe it's not random, it's in a set pattern. Because for many streams, I've noticed that, I would run into a stutter zone, one after the other after the other. Actually, I forgot to do some math real quick. Was it 2212? So the next one should be 2724, roughly. Right. So, whenever I walk, I try to be in as straight of a line as possible. And I try to correct X drift back to 0. Did I just say the W word? Or did I say stream? I can't remember. Need you to hold me accountable if I fucked up there. Anyways, I noticed, and I was around -16, and then I ran into a stutter zone. And I was like, oh, cool, stutter zone. And then I was like, oh, wait, I'm at -16 on the X. And I'm at, 861, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I have an idea here. So then I noted down the coordinates on the Z, and then I checked again, and I stayed aligned to -16 as closely as possible. Actually, we should be about to hit another one, 2724. I stayed as closely aligned on Z as I could. And then I kind of calculated roughly where I'd run into another one based on my assumption of it being 512 blocks. And then, sure enough, I ran into the zone. And now I'm testing it again. I do need to be a little bit over here. It should be on this mountainside, which is going to be really annoying to actually test it. This actually is interesting. So it's not random. It's in a grid. It should be roughly here, based off those numbers that I fed it. Unless its start point was a little bit sooner. I need to stay, on this block, because I know this will affect it. Maybe I didn't get it. Rats. Alright, let's see. What's the next one supposed to be? Should be 3230 something, so around 3200. Okay. Alright, that's a few blocks away. I will attempt to stay aligned to -16. But I absolutely need to test the world origin in another world. Oh, cool. 5-minute timer's done. Dope. now I can say walk again. Is right here. Alright, we should be getting really close to one of them now. It'd be pretty cool if I could, like... Huh. I haven't hit any yet. Really? None? I'm aligned to the correct position. Ew, what's up, Frozen? I'm doing some science here. Or attempting some science. Is my theory wrong? I probably shouldn't drink this water's been out for like a day. What did I predict? 3236? Nah, I should have crossed it by now. I should have crossed like 100 blocks ago. I don't get it. Possibly you're a Minecraft streamer, you can't be smart. Well, actually... Now, I can explain again what I'm doing. You know the stutter zones that I've encountered before? At least you've probably seen them by now. I think they have a set pattern to them. I'm trying to confirm this by walking into them on purpose. Let me just stay like as close to the origin as possible, at least in the negative direction. I guess I better stay with them, because this is close to the origin chunk. Okay, so I was given a test world that has a stutter zone, at least like a known location. And I took down the coordinates of where it was when I walked into it. It was at -16, -496. And so I was told that it was seed-based, and that was it. And I decided to do further testing, and in my testing, I found that it's actually not seed-based, it's universal. So if I go to -16, -496 in any other world, I will get the stutter zone. I also tested it on various versions as well, you know, just to make sure, right? And so, during the testing, I figured that out. Let me get, fuck, 512. It should be 3748 roughly. All right. Yeah. So I went. I did that, and then just like now, like I don't know, maybe 20 minutes ago, I encountered another stutter zone. I was correcting my X drift back towards 0. I happened to be at negative 16 when I ran into the stutter zone. And that's what made me think, oh, wait a minute. This one's at negative 16 as well. It's just on a Z at like a positive value. And then I kind of thought about it. I'm like, wait, 496 is really close to 512. And there's one thing I know about computers. Computers love powers of 2. So I thought, okay, cool. Maybe there's actually like a set pattern to this. Because I've noticed that I try to walk in as straight of a line as possible to begin with. I've noticed that if I hit, I've had streams where like I've hit multiple stutter zones per time that stream. And that's usually because I usually just walk straight into them. So I'm thinking there's, oh look, hang on, what did I call that one at? 3748, yep, I called it. This is at 3728? Alright, cool. Let me check this down. 3728 plus 512. Alright, next one should be at 4240. Alright, let me get out of the fucking zone first. This is gonna take a minute. Whenever I type bad, it autocorrects to bad fellowship. That's funny. This is important science, Frozen. This is very important science. Alright, I'll confirm this last one, and then I can do tests later on, because I want to check the origin chunks, too. Obviously I have to do that on a separate world. Could I get the fuck out of this, like... I'm just, like, stuck in the water here. Okay, let me fucking reload. Alright, there we go. I wonder... Huh. It seems to directly affect the origin chunk. Because it'd be 0 to negative 16 and 0 to 16. Right? I'm outside the origin chunk. Yeah, I wonder if it is just, like, a 2x2 chunk region centered around the origin that gets affected initially. Because I made sure that I was within the chunk closest to the 0 axis. Or to the x-axis. I'll try to solve those so I can remove them in this version. Philip J. Minecraft just did Breath of the Wild on Master Mode. Is that Philza? Is that who Philip J. Minecraft is? Alright, so I'll stay within the closest to the X origin chunk. And then, what did I say? 4200 or so? Alright, cool. That should be it. Okay, I figured as much. What did I say? 4240. Alright, we should be about to hit another stutter zone here. In a few blocks. No? Maybe I'm wrong. Damn, it's really hard testing your theories and then nothing happens with it. Oh well. Let's stay within the range of 0 to -16. Last night a friend gave me his TikTok. So now you've certified internet points. Ooh, you get those brownie points now. Oh man, I've had my filter on the whole time. You'll not be joining VC today? What, did you catch COVID? Lame. Splax, I made some discoveries regarding the stutter zones. There's a set pattern to them. Ooh, you caught COVID-22. Well, that's rude. You don't need to be mean to Splax like that. Damn, I am like super hungry now. Hydrate? On it. Well, I hope you feel better, my bud. I didn't realize you were sick yesterday. There's a new 120 Star Wars record on Mario 64. I did not know that. Happened last night by Ouija. He missed a Bowser throw and still got Warwick by 15 seconds. Damn, that means he could have still improved. That's pretty crazy, though. Did you know that there's a speedrun category for obtaining Bedrock? I did know that. It's a weird speedrunning category, but it does exist. Is there a record in obtaining Bedrock? realize someone's actually decided to do the run for it. There has to be a set pattern for these. Oh, there's a stutter zone. Negative 15. Where's the start? And it's going to start at an odd number where chunk boundary is. Oh boy. Two, 7, 3. Actually, I know an easy way to get out of this. Yep, cool. It's on this, it's on the chunk boundary that surrounds the origin on the X. It's at 865,264. Is that a number? Is 865,264 over 16? Yeah, that is a solid number. That is a chunk boundary. You have to be within the chunk. I believe it's tied. I believe it's patterned every 512 blocks. Actually, since that is an exact chunk boundary, 865,264. I should be able to add 512 to this and get the next boundary line. 5776. 865,776. Okay. But now I wonder, is it also affect the X origin on the positive side? Because I'm on the negative side. Actually, I could just fucking do this. Because I'm not technically in the chunk yet. Right. Okay, now I should... Okay, right here, right here. What was it? It was 264, right? Yeah, 264. Alright, I'm in the positive chunk boundary on the positive X side. Yep, it's still there. Alright, so here's the next question. If I go over to 16 on the X axis, and I'm another chunk over from the origin, or not the origin, but the X0. I'm well past that. Alright, so I'm now in the second chunk out from the line where X is 0. And it's still affecting there too. Interesting. Right, yep. Yep, it's affecting here too. Does it affect it at 32 out? Because it's, for what I understood, it was a 3x3 section of chunks. But that makes me think that, at least in this case, the 3x3 bias is on the positive side. I need to find the exact X32. Alright, 31. Alright, I'm now a chunk over. Yeah, it's completely fine right here. I bet if I cross over this into 31, yep, not fine. Cool. I see the pattern there. I'm making this walk take way longer than it needs to. Actually, I need to... No. still going. Okay. What's 264 plus 48? It should be a bit over 300. Right. So I do wonder. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're in good chunks now. All right, so where does this start? Right here on this side. Probably when I cross 316. Alright, it ends at 312. Okay. Yeah, so it is a 3x3 section of chunks. Can I please get the fuck out of here? God damn it, I have to do this again. Okay. It's gonna take a second until it decides to let me move. Okay, cool. Alright, so that was, what, 312? Alright, so I'm either going to encounter it at... Let me write this down. So I can figure out if it starts from 776. Alright, so it's either going to be 865 312 was the next one, right? 865 plus 3... Or wait, shit. 865 312 plus 512 is going to give me 865 824. And it seems to bias on the positive side in regards to negative x. Alright, let's keep this over here. Alright, cool. I will pretty much just stay on the origin then. Okay. I want to know if it's 512 from the beginning of the chunk zone, the stutter zone start, or if it's from the stutter zone end. I don't know how that would help me, but I don't know. It's good to just gather the information anyways. Next one should be somewhere between 776 and 824. I may be an atheist, but I believe in Santa. Unlike God, Santa leaves tangible evidence of his existence behind. I like to see God leave a present or coal or something. I'm more scared of punishment from Santa than I am of punishment from God. Given how God is only able to offer weak promises some vague, uncertain afterlife, whereas Santa offers physical rewards in the real world. Santa over God. r/I'm 14 and this is deep. Oh, this is gonna be somewhere in the water, isn't it? God damn it. Yeah. Rest in peace, pig. You didn't really serve me any use. Alright, well, let's see. Is it 776 or 824? Ugh. This is like the perfect time for me to gather this information. Oh, it's 776. Cool. So it's 512 exactly from the start of the other stutter zone. Alright, cool. I've got my information now. Let me keep confirming this, though. 865776 plus 512 is going to give me... Not 52. 512 is going to give me 866288. I'm going to have to go like all the way around this to like 30. Excellent. Oh shit, we doing Farlands? Of course we're doing Farlands again. I'm always doing Farlands. Right now I'm doing science while I'm Farlanding. Alright, so I expect to counter the next one at 866288. Cool. So about 400 blocks. After that, I don't think I really have any more data to gather. Well, the other one that I do is at the world origin, but I can't exactly get that here. I like that you're asking again, as if I wouldn't do something like this. Do you plan on walking to the edge of the world? Nah. That would take a long ass time. You should know by now that I am insane. Set seed obtained Bedrock Legacy console world record is a minute 53. What the minute 53? How the fuck do you get Bedrock that fast? Is it get 2 Bedrock or get Bedrock? Like, as in get in your inventory. Alright, here we are. Am I high? No, I did the math right. I should have hit it right here. So I didn't counter it here? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't get it. My pig's having a great time right there. I love this version. I mean, apart from getting stuck in stutter zones. I love the bright green grass and the world gen itself. Let me run the math on this so I can predict where that is. 866 800. I don't know why I didn't counter. I thought it was every 512. Maybe there's some kind of like gap in the grid. So there's this really old bug that occurs in this version. That's like a 3x3 section of chunks that is like, I don't know how to describe it. Basically, like the entity movement in it gets really slowed down and really glitchy. It's possible to get out of it, but it's also possible to end up in a world lockup where like you've corrupted data. And I believe that I've found that there's a pattern to it, because the bug is fixed in like Alpha 1.0.7, but I want to backport the fix to this version if I can. So I'm trying to gather the information so I can try and figure out where the bug is located. But it does seem to be in a grid pattern. And it seems to be every 512 blocks from the start of the previous stutter zone. But I was supposed to encounter it back there, and I didn't. So now I just got no fucking idea. Maybe there's like 2 stutter zones next to each other, and then like it skips one, maybe? I don't know. But it's always near the origin. Dougal? Dougal. 8 minutes and 15 seconds? That's really fucking fast, dude. Man. Oh, sweet, free mushrooms. Thanks, game. I have to check the world origin in another world. I must know. Alright, it should be exactly at 800. And I'm within this first chunk. I believe I did check across the whole range. I didn't encounter it there either. That is interesting. Is there a world record for the fastest walk to the Farlands? Oh, I know, there it is. Okay. Why is this off by, like... Where does this start? Okay, it starts at the boundary from A14 to A15. But why? Why? 866, 814... over 16. See, that's not even a chunk boundary. Yeah, I don't get this. I mean, normally it would affect me right here, but it doesn't seem to. Maybe it's not a full chunk either, because that's... Yeah, this... Maybe it's not affecting the full chunk for some reason. That is really weird, man. Alright, let me get past this area. Ah, for fuck's sake. Excuse me, I'm trying to get out of the stutter zone. Thank you. I'm gonna need to get over a little bit further. Minecraft speedrunning itself is just an interesting category of speedrun. I don't know, there's like... There's a lot of... I think there's a lot of skill involved with it. Well, I mean, there's a lot of skill involved with speedrunning to begin with, but like... Minecraft is all about like decision-making and like weighing the risk. Because of the RNG factor. That's all you had to do. You just had to turn on your dream luck. Let me run the math to see... Was it 866, 800, plus 512. So we skipped one. 867, 312. Okay. So we did skip one. And then we had another one, but it was an incomplete state. Like, it wasn't affecting the full chunk for whatever fucking reason. I don't know. I had to do this with smaller numbers so I can get, like, a better, I guess, sample size. Yeah, let me drift back towards the origin. Or X0. Now I gotta fucking swim this whole ass ocean. Oh, this is so painful. Why did I decide to do this without boats? I wouldn't have to deal with the stutter zones either. It's a main category right now with only 12 runs. A main category for what? Oh, for speedrun? For, what was it, RSG? Oh look, it's Gabby. You finished with those errands yet? You finished with those errands? Errands? Moz recently decided to split 1.9 and 1.15 into two categories. 119. Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense given the villager changes that exist in 114. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That's how you get the fastest time. I don't know why they decided... Yeah. Those should be in their own separate category. Those versions are significantly different. Alright, we're almost towards the next possible stutter zone. Also, this area is really fucking flat. Alright, it should be 312. It isn't. Hello? Hello? Is it only sometimes? That doesn't make any sense either. I don't get it. Alright, let me add another 512. 867824. That's really weird. It's only sometimes happening. I'm gonna have to test this with lower numbers to see there's kind of some kind of relation with the chunk numbers or with the chunk coordinates. There's a boom guy right there. That was pre 1. There was pre 1.9 and post 1.9. Okay, there was only RSG and okay. Really, it wasn't even a version split? You think there would be a version split because of like the significant differences from early to well current release? I don't know, like I feel like that would make sense to split them. I mean, I take it because at that point 116 changed how quickly you could beat the game by so much that like splitting it into a different category made sense then. I think we're just gonna it's gonna continue to stratify with the various like subdivisions. Everyone was playing 1.8. 1.8 is a great version. What did I say? 824? Okay, it should be soon. Quotation marks. Really? Is it because of the combat changes? I assume it's the combat changes. Alright, we are close to the next stutter zone, or where the next stutter zones should be. It's not here either. Well, butter me up and call me stupid. Alright, 868336. And I got another fucking ocean to swim across. Oh boy. Why do? Mr. Krabs, do you how do? definitely not gay, Farlands Penguin. I mean, I'm definitely not gay. I'm swimming in the water. Ah, dang, I've only got a few more times to test this before the stream's over. Ugh, okay. We skipped 2. We had 2, and then we skipped 2. Wait. Huh. That's interesting. I'm going to test this later today. Good thing I don't need to fucking walk between them. I can just edit MBT data into test world. This is important data to gather. The next one should be at 336. So I wonder if it's like 2 and then it gaps by another 2. And then it like alternates between like 2 existing and 2 non-existing. And like a wider grid. And I wonder if the origin is also fucked up. Your fist Farlands journey? I know you mean first, but yeah, it ended in Pride Month. Or as I like to call it, June. I almost ended the Farlands journey 1 year from Kilo, but I sped there as quickly as I could. I had like a whole week between reaching 12.5 million and then reaching the Farlands. I pretty much just chilled out and played video games for like that whole week. Or I guess video games that weren't Minecraft for once. Alright, we're getting towards the stutter, the next possible stutter zone, I should say. If a stutter zone exists and no one's around to get stuck in it, is it really there? Alright, it should be 336. How'd you get into walking, actually? Oh boy, I'll explain that in a second, after I test my theory. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely there at 336. Okay. So the next one is going to possibly be at 8848. Okay, cool. So at 848. And then we should just go around right here. Oh, by the way, I've discovered that the stutter zones have a set pattern to them. Well, they have a pattern. I don't know what the pattern is yet. I'm trying to figure that out. So there was 2, then there weren't 2. So if there's 2 and then there's not 1, then that makes me interesting. What form I placed out? Okay, so I've actually always wanted to walk to the Farlands. Like all the way back in 2012 when I first heard about Flob. Thank you, Nightbot. What a useful fucking bot. So anyways, I'd always wanted to walk there. And I had first found Flob in like 2012. I was watching it then. And actually multiple times I decided, hey, I'm going to try and walk to the Farlands. Of course, I didn't really fucking succeed. Because I was not really farsighted enough for it. And it kind of became like a thing that I just kind of kept in the back of my head for years. And then finally, in like 2020, a multitude of other factors coincided with this. But I ended up using the walking as like an escape. And I just decided one day to do it. I remember specifically like how that happened. I had dropped my mom off at the airport so she could go back home. And I got back. I was like, wow, I have the whole rest of the day because I still had the rest of the day off from work. It was like a Wednesday or whatever. It was exactly on October 1st as well. And I was trying to resolve a crash issue with beta 1.7 that I actually fixed that same day. COVID moment? I mean, it's not really one of them. But I was trying to resolve the crash issue with beta 1.7. I fixed it, and then I joined a Discord call with my friend Kaz, and I asked him, I told him, I was like, hey man, look what I finally got working. And then it was just beta 1.7.3, and I was just kind of like just strolling around, right? And he said, oh, what are you doing? And I kind of jokingly told him that I was walking to the Farlands. And his response to it was, why don't you go to the corner? No one's ever been there before. Or something to that effect, right? More of a joke. And I kind of just turned at a 45-degree angle and then just kept walking that way. And then it spiraled quickly out of control. And then I just became like super, super focused on it. And that was how I did the first walk. And then the second walk was mostly just an extension of that. I pretty much just took what I learned from the first time and then reapplied it to that. My mentality with the border was basically like, hey, I just walked to the far lands. Like, clearly it's possible to do this. And so I did a test. It was a very simple test. I decided to see how quickly I could run 1,000 blocks. And then I timed it. It was about like 2.5 minutes. There was like boats or whatever as well involved with that. And then from that 2.5 minutes, I was like, oh, okay, well, it should be this many hours to reach the world border. And then I was like, that's less time than it took me to reach the far lands. I was like, this is very possible then. And so then I just kind of set my sights on that. And then that is how I reached the world border. Shit, what's the next one? 848. Okay, we should be about to... Wait, no. We should have crossed it, what? Huh. Okay, wait. It should have been an 848. Well, I guess we'll be at 360. Okay. I thought you went to the edge farlands first, then the corner, then the border. No, no, no. I went from the origin to the corner farlands. So... I know it's 12.5 million blocks both directions, but because of the way triangles work, it was like 17.7 million blocks of like real distance. If I had been walking to the Edge Farlands, I would have reached it in March last year rather than June. And then keeping it, I had to keep myself like perfectly aligned as much as I could on both coordinates at the same time, so I can get like the most efficient path possible. That's a lot of pigs. That is a lot of fucking pigs. Alright, I should have one more chance. So there was not a stutter zone there. So it was 2, none, 1, none. There's a pattern here, man. I just can't figure it out. Wojak Warehouse. How could you see that? $870,000 soon, indeedly. Do you have better Discord? Is that what you have? Well, if that's the case, then what channel am I in right now? What is supposed to be at 360? Okay, cool. I gotta swim 30 more blocks. Oh, okay. Well, as long as you made it work, I guess. Yeah, well, there wasn't one for 360, that's for sure. Alright, so there was 2. There was 1. There was 2, not 2. 1, not 2. The Wumbo Farlands. I Wumbo, you Wumbo, he, she, me, Wumbo, Wumboing, Wumbology, the study of Wumbo? It's first grade, SpongeBob. Alright, this should be at 872. So right before the end. Oh. Well, along with the Wojak warehouse, you've got the Woke room, I think, is one of the other ones, and then the back rooms. I am in the back rooms. That used to not be called the Woke room. I think it was called the Break room, and then somebody renamed it to the Woke room. Oh. Yeah, sorry. Ugh, jeez. You found that your friend has a private hentai channel on their Discord. See, sometimes that's why I don't like plugins like that, because sometimes you're just better off not knowing things. Ignorance is bliss, my friend. Ignorance is bliss. Also, I've been swimming through the fucking ocean for a while. Day 15! Oh, my filter is on. Thanks for telling me. Day 15! Give it up for day 15! You should render Zin zones in game if you can't patch them. Well, see, I don't really need to at this point because I know that there is a pattern, and so since I know what the pattern is, I can avoid them by actively steering clear of those coordinate intervals. What's up, Nitroc? I'm sorry, you've joined at the very end of the stream. Like we're a short distance away. Okay, 872 should be the next chunk boundary that they should appear at. I'm sorry, F-I-G-O-N-O Metry. It's easier seeing it than always looking at the chords. Yeah, but like, I don't know how the fuck to do that. Figometry? Phenometry. Okay, cool. There is one right here. That's good to know. Also, this is horrible. Okay, let's cross back over. Okay, so there was one there. I'm never gonna know. So it was two. Two existed, two didn't exist. One existed and one didn't exist, and now this one exists. I don't know if it's random or whatnot. Actually, I could have just gone this way to go around the Zin zone. If Zin zone, then render easy coding. Oh yeah, man. I'll make sure to come to you next time if I have like programming questions. Oh shit, I didn't have the filter on. Whoop. Ah, fuck. Motherfucking spiders. Get away from me. Get away from me. Stay the fuck away. Alright. That's just rude, sir. Well, that means I can't stick around the origin then. Because then I run the risk of stopping on a Zin zone and then fucking up my save. Alright, we appear to be in a safe position. As safe as we can be. Alright. My dudes, that is all of the walking I shall be doing for the day. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go try and debug this for the next several hours until I go to sleep. But, as always, thanks for walking.